What's up, guys? I'm back. All right. The uh, the battery says it's got juice in it, but it was the car that needed purging, so I deleted some stuff. And all right. So here we are. We're still in Toys R Us. Continue on with our tour. Tonka. I remember this Tonka truck, or the 70s version of it, was my first toy, and I loved it. And diecast metal. You got this. This is cool. An excavator. I always wanted one of those. Motorized one. Anything robotic like, I would like go crazy for. I love robotic stuff, and I loved anything municipality oriented, you know. Wow, this is cool as hell.
This is stuff that they only gonna pay for.
Holy smokes, this thing is heavy as hell. Fast and Furious? Holy smokes. Get a load of this thing. It's a 1/18 scale, I can tell that. I used to be a real big 1/18 scale model car collector, and I don't think I've ever felt one this heavy. Jada. I'm not familiar with the company. I'm familiar with Virago, Auto Art. I'm even familiar with Pocher, P-O-C-H-E-R. They made 1/8 scale models. They did a lot of Ferrari work, and but anyway, this thing is fucking badass, man. I'm curious. Do they got a price? Not that I would buy it, but I'd like to know what the 1/18 scale models are going for these days. And this is, oh, it's Brian's Nissan. I've got a real bad prejudice against Nissan. There's a story behind it, but this thing is badass right here. This was the supercar in Saudi Arabia. They do not have a price scanner. These things used to cost like 20 bucks each. I think they've probably gone up to like maybe 30. Let's see if we can find a shelf tag. Where would this have come from? Where would this have come from? Not there. I'd be curious as to see what else they had. This is all Disney car stuff. They don't have a price scanner anywhere. I think they're down here. Beep beep. They are down here. Let's see. That thing is cool. This is Ford Golf GT. I used to have one of these. Shelby Cobra. Looks like, is that? Holy smokes, they're $45. Or at least the GT is. It's cool. think that one's they've definitely gone up in price. I think this thing is all kinds of badass. Too bad I don't collect anymore. Yeah, so they're like $45 now. This is cool. Justice League. I guess you can tell I got a trained eye. I gravitate right toward the stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I remember. I used to work I used to work I used to work all holidays. Holidays are for families. I'm not trying to get all sentimental sappy on you, but it's just a statement of fact. I don't have a family. Friends depends on your definition of friendship, I guess. But yeah, I don't really do friendship. So I'd work all the holidays, you know. You would think that employers would appreciate that. Remember that when it comes time for raises and wages and nah. Nope. You are disposable, interchangeable. You know. I was thinking about that the other day. How I think CNN Money or somebody was doing a story on reciprocity about how employers think so little of their employees. They kind of trash the employer. However, I think there's blame on both sides. I think during my last year of employment at Target, I would go into the back house and there would be seated, just these young people, jeans and t-shirts, and I'm thinking, who are you? Did something happen? They're like, nah, I'm here for my interview. Wow. I had never gone to an interview in anything less than shirt, tie, slacks, dress shoes. But that's what it's deteriorated to. And employers they've come to accept that this is their raw material. So they've come to accept an inferior raw material, so to speak. If this is what I have to work with, well then don't expect me to invest that kind of reciprocity into these employees. And it just kind of, it goes back and forth from there. Back and forth. Just like the lackluster performance of any low-wage employee, be it fast food, retail, whatever. They don't put their heart and soul into it because they're not exactly paid to put their heart and soul into it. It does become a chicken or the egg scenario. Was it corporate greed that initiated this, or was it just simply the deterioration of the moral fabric of society? You became this ghettoized trailer park, whatever it is you want to call it. Did you help to cause your own poverty-like scenario, conditions? I'm sure employers will point fingers at employees and vice versa, employees at employers, and on and on and on. But the bottom line is that you're seen as you're trivialized junk. I don't have to really believe in you. You don't believe in you. Look at the way you're turning up to work. So, although I didn't commit any of those social infractions, and I gave it my heart and soul. It was one of the reasons why that movie 12 Years a Slave pissed me off so bad. What was it? He would give his expertise and help the master, with his skills. He said something to the effect of, that's right, I'm going to lend my skills out to the master, and something to the effect of where he thought that it would benefit him in the end. Of course it didn't benefit him. You're a slave. You're looked upon as garbage, as nothing. All they did was take what you had to offer and add it to their own net worth. They didn't give you anything. We might not be taken out to fields and whipped any longer, but the mentality's still the same. You're still seen as interchangeable property, basically. So, not a lot's changed. Not a lot has changed. So like I say, low wage labor, what's it worth to you? Also that I wanted to say about that was that, you see, our low wage labor, especially back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, we would, what I'm trying to say is when I used to work for McDonald's, you couldn't even go behind the counter unless you were in full, complete uniform. And I mean complete uniform. Your shirt had to be buttoned, everything had to be cleaned. Now, they're in street clothes, they got their kids, their myriad of children on their hips, they're running back there saying hello to co-workers and, going for a brief visit. It's payday, they're coming in, getting checks. You couldn't do any of that back in the day. No. It was a degree of professionalism that was highly expected. And it was that type of professionalism that would propel the corporation to higher heights. Still minimum wage, but the professionalism would propel the corporation to higher heights, putting their margins into the deep black, making them that much more financially solvent. And eventually, as the, I want to call it a gene pool, as the pool of employment deteriorated over the years and the decades, and employers came to terms with the fact that you're not going to get that kind of a quality and professionalism anymore, especially for a low wage. But guess what? They've already cashed in. They've got continuity. When people go to McDonald's or wherever else, they don't do it necessarily because they feel like they're going to be treated in a particular way. It's all neuroplasticity. I'm used to going there, and I'm used to going there because my parents took me there, and my parents took me there, all because of the past efforts of past generations propelling the corporation to new heights. So it's basically, that's what I'm getting at. It's all on auto drive, shopping, corporate thoughts. It's all on auto drive. Oh, there is a scanner. Let's go. I wanna check out the price of that car. I'm just curious to see how much it would cost for that kind of quality, because that was a really good quality model. Where did we leave it? I think in here. Let's go find out how much it is. It is beautiful, man, I'm telling you. I wish you could feel the weight. This thing, I'm gonna say it's about maybe 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds. Price checker, I think, is here. Jada. Like I said, I'm not familiar with that name brand. Holy smokes. It's only 30 bucks. It's only 30 bucks. I cannot believe they got a model of this quality for only 30 bucks. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. I used to have so many of these things. I paid my rent with them once. I did. The landlord got the better of the deal. I traded my Porsche Ferraris. I had two Porsche Ferraris, 1/8 scale, and my God, those things are worth so much money now. Yeah, well, this I would love to have a real life version. This is it right here. People who say that I'm looking to get pampered and quality, I don't think so. This is what I want. Nice little trailer, you know. Hey, this thing is heavy. It's 1/24 scale. It's cool. I'd love to have one. Just live in it, you know. All right. Yeah, man, that I can't believe they only wanted 30 bucks for that. All right. Oh my God, I think that's got to be like the exact same U-boat that was